वेलकम बैक। एनटीवी कीनिया से वाबस्ता तहकीकाती सहाफ़ी ब्रायन भूया इस वक्त हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। थैंक्स मिस्टर भूया फॉर जॉइनिंग अस। अ वेरी सिंपल क्वेश्चन इन द वेरी बिगिनिंग. Being an investigative journalist, what are your findings actually? How this brutal incident actually took place?
I wouldn't really talk about findings because we are yet to do a comprehensive investigation, any media investigation into what really happened. But we would just say that there are a lot of questions that are emerging from the killing of Mr. Arshad Sharif Mohammed, and those questions are the ones that keep making us believe that there may be just so much to the incident than what police have said.
Was it actually a matter of mistaken identity?
Well, police have said it was a case of mistaken identity. We are not yet able to discount that. We cannot really say for a fact that it wasn't a mistaken identity case, but there are very many questions that make it look as if it was not a mistaken identity. There's just so many questions around it, including different things like the number of shots that were fired at that vehicle, yet we were told that police were supposed to be rescuing a child who had been kidnapped. So that makes it even more strange to imagine that police fired far too many bullets on a vehicle that was supposed to be carrying a child who was abducted.
Besides that, there are so many contradictions. In the beginning, the states were very different, and ultimately, the formal statement coming from the police was entirely different. How interesting is this? And
I would say that to some extent, I know it's an issue that is really brewing up a diplomatic row, especially between the Kenyan government and I know with the people of Pakistan. And they really would like to know answers as to what happened. And if indeed it was an accident, then it must have been a very horrible accident because it's an accident that no one can believe in. It's an accident that in our entire lifetime, we may never be able to believe that the killing of Mr. Arshad Sharif was actually an accident because there's everything to show that it may not have been an accident. And that's why you see that maybe even police have had a very big time, have had a very difficult time trying to explain what really happened. You see, in their first statement, they said that Mr. Sharif and Mr. Kuram Ahmed came to a roadblock and they did not stop. So after being asked to stop, in their official statement, they appear to be saying that there was no roadblock. There were just some few stones on the road, and Mr. Kuram and Mr. Sharif chose to go past that particular roadblock. And that is when they had gunshots. Now, from that official report of the police, they don't appear to be saying who was firing these gunshots. Apart from their personal admission, they don't appear to be saying who was really firing those particular gunshots. So there are just so many questions to be answered in this entire incident that it becomes difficult to believe it was just an accident like any other.
Mr. Brian, what actually makes us believe, even from the official report that has been released from the police, is this is actually an extrajudicial killing. So if I may ask from you, what action has been taken so far against those police officers?
Well, back in Kenya, there is a body, what we call the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, that is supposed to investigate every killing that has happened, that has been done by police, or every police officer who has been killed, or any conduct of the police. So we have the Independent Policing Oversight Authority, which we call the IPOA. It has since announced that it has taken investigations into the killing of Mr. Arshad Sharif, and we expect them to be doing that investigation. They have already sent a team to that part of the country to do the investigation, and we will basically be waiting to hear what they tell us actually happened. Now, the good thing about this case, unfortunately, to say so, is that given that police have admitted that it was their officers who fired the bullet that killed Mr. Sharif. They are now under pressure to produce the people who are actually on that roadblock in that particular area and who really fired those shots. Nothing short of that is going to convince anyone that the government has been serious about this particular matter.
Well, I'm sure those police officers are detained or under some investigation custody. Are they?
I don't think so right now, or rather we do not have that information as at now. It's not out yet. I don't think they are in custody as at now.
So what diplomatic engagements have been done from across the board, actually, from Pakistan to Kenya and from Kenyan officials? What have been done so far diplomatically?
We know the Pakistan High Commissioner, Miss, I'm forgetting her name, she was holding some meetings back here in Kenya, trying to understand what really happened. We know that yesterday she was at the Chiromo mortuary that is here in Nairobi to witness the post-mortem examination. That we know right now the body of the late Sharif is being prepared to be flown back to Pakistan. Earlier this morning, those arrangements were ongoing, but we may not know really as at now any boardroom meetings, any boardroom resolutions about that murder that are currently ongoing.
Okay, Mr. Brian, lastly, normally how long does it take to investigate such kind of incidents, such kind of brutal murders, in fact?
It will be difficult to say that because it could take ages. There are people who there are people who have been killed here in Kenya, and there have been inquiries that have been opened into their killing from as far back as the years of 1990, from as far back as the years of 1980. The last killing was back in the year of 1975, whereby people have never really been able to know who committed those assassinations. But this being a case where all eyes are on the Independent Policing Oversight Authority to investigate, all eyes are on the government. There's all this pressure coming from the Pakistan citizens. There's all this pressure from Kenyans, all this pressure coming in from the international community, the media fraternity. We expect that this investigation is expedited, especially because the police have admitted to have been the ones who fired those bullets.
But this is very sad state of affairs in Kenya, I must say.
It is.